Bonjour, bonsoir. I'm Giovanna Minor, born, raised, and living in Haiti. I've been a successful lawyer for more than 25 years, owning my own practice. I'm also a legal educator, public speaker, entrepreneur, and fierce advocate of women empowerment. Our goal with this show is to empower you, great women of my country, give you advices on entrepreneurship, leadership, and business. And at the same time, build a positive image of Haiti to encourage investment. I really hope all these life journeys and experiences will inspire you to become the great person you are born to be anywhere in planet Earth. Welcome to Her Life, Her Haiti.
This is the purpose of this channel also. The podcast is to meet with women living in Haiti and working in Haiti also, and to show the world what is being in Haiti and work as a woman particularly. So I've chosen strong women able to empower others and see that social economical situation in Haiti and security and all this, but it's not only that, because there are still people living in Haiti. In fact, we are more than 10, 12 million still living in Haiti. And we have to be there and clearly change the narrative for Haiti so the rest of the world can see there is a lot of good in Haiti. So again, we're going to meet with my friend Regine Vital, which is an incredible woman, a hard-working woman, very empowered woman, and she's going to talk about her life, her work, and a little bit of what she sees for Haiti in the near future, what would she like to see in Haiti also as a woman, a citizen in Haiti. So let's meet Regine.
Hi,
how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Hi, Giovanna. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for everything that you just said. Hopefully, we're working toward it being true.
Yes.
Because this is our dream to see a Haiti that's flourishing, and because we have so many talents and so many beautiful people and so many people that are ready to make Haiti the pearl of the Caribbean, the way it used to be called.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, as I told my viewers, we're going to start. I have my little notes here. So, a little bit about yourself. So, who is Regine?
Well, Regine was born in Haiti, in Canapé, from parents. My mom was a very young woman. My father was my mom's teacher, math teacher.
Interesting.
And so, yes. So I'm like, But anyway, it's a very interesting story. So, they married, and because my grandparents were very upset, and my grandmother was a very strong woman.
Yes.
She wanted her daughters, she had 13 kids, and she wanted her daughters to go to college at that time. And she was a woman who came from very poor circumstances, married my grandfather, and she
had dreams.
She had dreams for her kids.
Yeah.
She made herself. She didn't really rely on my grandfather for anything. The house that I live in is my grandmother built it herself because she won money from the lottery.
Oh wow!
So it's very strong woman in my background. So she was upset at my mom, but my mom married. We moved to Africa. So I was born here, but then right after I was born, we moved to Africa. At that
Which
time,
country?
We moved to Congo, Brazzaville, and my little sister was born there, Joelle, and we lived there for about 6 years. And my mom left my father because he was very abusive. Again, that's another thing that happened in my family. At a very abusive, but my father loved my mom too much, and
I know your mom. She's a beautiful woman.
yeah, she was a beautiful woman. So my father was very abusive toward her. She was very young when she tells us a story when she moved to Africa. She was getting her suitcase ready, and she put her osle. I don't know how to say that in English.
Oh yes, that's it's bone, like with the bones. We used to work. Yeah,
play with
French. I don't know how you say it.
I don't know. Yeah, so she had her little games, little kids game that you play on the floor, sitting on the floor. She packed all this to go. So so that's what happened. So my mom had to. She had a neighbor that was a Belgian woman who became her good friend, and her husband was a doctor, and she had to. My father was so abusive that they made a plan to make, as my mother was having a breakdown. So because at that time the guy had to sign, my father had to sign for my mother, for everything.
Yeah.
So she made believe she was she had a breakdown, and then my father finally signed for her to come back to Haiti, and that's
because
how she left my father.
Women got their rights in Haiti in 1982. So probably
I'm talking about the 60s.
Exactly.
So when she finally got to Haiti, imagine no papers, high school papers, nothing, 2 kids. And my father told her if she didn't come back, she would never receive any penny from him. And so she had to work. And she worked very hard and raised 2 very independent women.
And you'll see through our diverse interviews that Haitian women are very, very strong women. So, and in fact, we are the person that holds the family together.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my background, very complicated, very strong women, studied with my grandmother. And we go, if I go further again into my story, I have the first poetry women writer in Haiti. She's my great aunt. And Virginie Vital.
Yes, of course, that's the name.
So my great aunt. Yeah. So very strong women in my family. And she came back to Haiti and moved and raised 2 girls by herself in the 70s. Very hard. She got an accounting diploma while she was raising us. She worked 2 jobs. She did everything and put us to the best schools.
Yeah. Catholic school.
Catholic, private, private Catholic school,
Saint Rosalima.
And I wasn't a very easy person, child. So I was thrown out of Saint Rosalima, went to Marianne. And then I traveled at around 16, I traveled to the States. And to finish high school, because my mother could not handle me anymore, so I went to my aunt and finished high school and college, studied college on my own.
And what was your major?
My major was economy. My mom always wanted an economist and a doctor. Of course, my sister was going to be the doctor, me the economist.
Haitians
I didn't graduate in economy. So a lot of the joke is around when my mom says, "So what did you graduate in?"
Exactly.
So she never really knew what I took, but she would say, "Yeah, I have 2 daughters, you know. Well, she's a doctor in Regine." So that's a joke in the family, you know. But yeah, so. It wasn't easy. It was very hard. She worked hard. We worked hard. And we were very independent. And that's not something very acceptable in Haiti. Because after college, I came back. I left college a semester before I graduated, and I had to go back to graduate for the last semester. But then I came back and started working in the airlines and continue on and continue on. It wasn't easy. It's still not very easy for women in Haiti to move up, to achieve and be respected for what they do. And throughout my life,
there's always a man involved if they succeed.
Even the society, because there are some positions that I had, like the last one, and they would say, you know, who is she? Where does she come from? Who are parents? Because this is not a name Vital. My father was a teacher. I mean, you know what? So it wasn't, and I had to be very strong and very self-disciplined to make it without crumbling, and sometimes it was very hard. But you know, I'm still fighting, and it's fun. For me, it's fun. For me, it happens to be very. I like challenges, and if I can do anything positive, I try to do positive things.
But the part that really interests me and probably the viewers is when I met you, like when I went to work for Giselle, which is in telecom communication, the biggest one in Haiti and the Caribbean also, it's very prominent. And I remember that when I heard about Digicel and I was about to get interviewed to work, there were 2 names that were heard all over the place. Was yours, Regine Vital, and our CEO at the time, Regine Vital. And the interesting thing for me is that I remember that all the heads, all the directors, they were women. and you were the name that everybody had your name on their lips. Regine Vital. If you want to get in digital, Regine Vital. So I want you to talk about that part because I was very nicely surprised also, and this is where we became friends. And then, how did you get into? Because you worked for Itel before.
That's how I worked for Itel, which was another telecoms company. And
was the number one at the time.
Exactly. Yeah. So one of my cousins, Regine Vital, who also is a very strong woman, talked to me about a company coming to Haiti called Digicel, and I'm like, I never heard of it. So I googled it and I found it's a pretty good, company. And so she took my resume and sent it in, and I got interviewed by a French guy who was the CEO, the head of the little group CEO, and they offered me the CEO position in Haiti. I'm like, but they wanted.
Why?
Because I wasn't sure of myself, and then I didn't have the education. It was an engineer. You need a lot of engineering. But the way they were looking at it themselves, they wanted the Haitian person on top. But then after that, they worked it out. I became the customer care director, which was my position, which is what I knew what to do. This is my life. I studied, I took PR, communications in school, but I started working from the time I was 17 in call centers. I worked for Al Israel. I worked for many call centers, and then it just happened that I became a professional in that industry. It wasn't a chosen one, it just happened. And I happened to like it. Now, what I liked from my first experience in Haiti, which was Hightel, I was working with young people. And when I walked in that call center, there was a Canadian woman who was the director at the time, which I was supposed to replace. And so there were a lot of young people. And then I found, so I was interviewing and talking, and I found a guy called Pierre Michel, which now replaced me at Digicel. I started working with him at Hightel, very bright guy, and youth that were well educated, prepared, they wanted to work, and that's why I love what I do so much.
Yeah, the other day you were telling me that this is one of the things that you really like is to see where you took these young people, mostly knowing nothing, because in Haiti we didn't have such the industry of the telecommunication wasn't that huge at the time at all, and then you took them from scratch, and then all of them, trained them, and all of them now are very well established.
I hired about 1,500 to 2,000 people just at Digicel, working in between Hightel and Digicel.
Remember.
And let me tell you, when I was a lot of the interviews at the beginning, I would do them personally, like the first 600 people I hired personally, and it was a charm for me to see these people. They had 3, 4, 5 degrees because they were not finding jobs. So we have a youth in Haiti that is, well, we don't have the best colleges for sure, we don't have the best institution, that's another problem. But them, they want to learn, they're learning because
they don't have them anymore.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, because now we are losing more and more educated people. Our brains are leaving
the country.
Exactly, because me, back in the days, 1990, when I went to college, it was here, I went to law school, and they were the best. They were the best.
Exactly. Well, like in the 60s, my father was one of the best.
Yes, this is why he went to
the University of Congo.
Yes. At that time, that was the thing. We had a lot of people from Haiti, educated people
that left to
professors,
Africa.
teachers that left to go and teach in different countries in
Africa. Still live in Africa.
Yes.
So it is a pleasure for me to work with these people. I mean, the youth in Haiti is incredible. And sometimes I'm so upset that we have not been able to find, to give them jobs, the proper way to deal with them. Because they don't want to they don't want to do what they're doing right now. They want to work. All they're asking is for work, I'm telling you. I have a couple of stories, but 2 of them are like my favorite. One of them is a young guy with glasses. He walked in and I'm interviewing him, and he walked in with a shirt. It used to be a white shirt. I can see that. And it was a little ripped a little bit because maybe he washed it too much. So as he walked in and I'm looking at me, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to hire him. He doesn't look like he can, he said the job when he can talk and he can look at me. And, he's not assertive, and I need people to answer the calls and be outgoing. So I'm like, I already made up my mind I wasn't going to hire him. And then I went to the basic questions and didn't push it and said, well, thank you very much. I smiled, yeah, so I'll see you soon, I'll let you know. And he's walking when he turns around and says, Madam, I need the job. I have gone through from kindergarten to philo as head of my class. I have graduated. I'm unable to go to college because I can't pay for it. My mom can help me. I have 2 little sisters and brothers.
That is probably
my heart set. And this was the first time that was happening. I mean, that happened many times after, but that was the first time that was told to me. And I hired him. And I am so proud every time I see this guy now. I mean, 6 months later, he was a different guy. I mean, he's a good-looking guy, walking in, well-dressed, glasses.
You see,
like,
opportunity.
You
have to give it a chance.
He's a big accountant now. He's one of the head of accountants at Digicel right now, and he's doing well. And I have so many of these stories.
10 years. 10
yeah.
years. 10, yeah.
So many of these stories. A lot of the people that came to work for Digicel with me, that was their first jobs. They were going to school after school because they were trying to get better, improve themselves so they could be competitive to find jobs in Haiti, the little jobs they were. So I hired them as customer care agents. And right now, if you go to any company in Haiti in customer care or sales or whatever, they're the ones that are there directing, being the managers and the directors and things like that. I'm very proud of all of them.
What is the second story? You talked about the second person.
The second person is a guy, you know what's going on in the streets right now? Digicel had not opened yet. I was leaving the office a little late. Do you remember that day when they went to Montana?
Yeah.
That crowd went to Montana. I happened, as I'm going down Boudon, I ended up in the middle of that manifestation.
Yeah. Protest.
I mean, they were really angry and they were shaking the car, and I started crying. I was with a friend of mine, Marjorie, and one guy, a dread with red eyes, says, move, let me go. He came in the car, said, don't touch them, don't touch him. And he took us on, and people were yelling at him, you're not supposed to do that. He said, no, I know them. And he took us and got us out of the protest. As he got us out, of course, I know he's doing it for money, so I'm going into my purse, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much, I'm so happy, I'm crying, I'm so happy, you're so money. I'm like, he's like, no, I need a job.
Oh my God.
I'm like, okay. And he said, I know you work for Digicel. Digicel
yes.
had not opened yet.
Yes.
We had not launched yet.
Yes.
So they already
Guys, this is not a commercial advertisement
for Digicel.
Digicel has not paid me yet to sponsor. However,
it is one of the great experiences that I had in a company that let you be who you were.
Yeah.
And
I'll talk to you about that in a little while.
Yeah. So this guy said, I need a job. So I gave him an appointment the next day. I went and spoke to Gada, the CEO of Digicel. I said, this is what happened to us last night. I called her the same night, and she said, no, bring him tomorrow. So we saw him, so we gave him a job at a site as responsible for the, site manager.
Yes.
A job like that. So one day I'm walking out of my office, and I see this good-looking guy with Ray-Bans and curly hair, and Marabu kind of guy. Now I'm a little older, but I looked at that young guy, I'm like, it's cute. And I'm walking the window, and I walk by the guy, and the guy says, bonjour, madame. I'm like, bonjour. And I turned around. Oh, he took out the glasses. Madame, you don't recognize me. It's One Love. I'm like, oh! His name was One Love.
Yes. So he's transferred.
I mean, we have so many of these stories throughout my lifetime and this is what I like to do. I like to empower young women. I forgot to say that I made sure we hired a lot of handicaps.
Yeah.
That was the first time in Haiti that we were doing that, and this is something I was proud of doing.
Clearly.
Because I made sure we had at least 5% of our, this time we had 800 people call center, that part of the staff was handicaps, people with disabilities, and one of them right now is a big dealer, challenge. So one of them now has her own organization representing challenged people, and I'm very proud of her. But this is what's going on in Haiti. So most of them only need an opportunity to start, boy or girl. They need an opportunity to show what they can do. And once they get that opportunity, you will be so surprised at what they can accomplish. The ones that are artists, or the ones that are singers, or the ones that are whatever they're doing, but all they need is that opportunity to be able to take care of themselves and their families. And Haitian people, once they have the opportunity,
Yes,
they make
work,
the whole family is happy. Turnover, you don't have turnover in work in Haiti because everybody wants to stay and work. It's very, the turnover is so low, the turnover rate is so low. And that's what's beautiful. And so this is what I like the most. And from that experience, and I talked about digital, I'm talking about that experience that, I mean, a guy like Dennis O'Brien is a guy that should be celebrated, really.
I say that too. I think that, I always say that in Haiti, I think if we had like 10 people like Dennis, we would go like this, and would take the chance, you know, to come to Haiti. Because
at
we
the
say
time
that,
it was very difficult.
yes, very, extremely difficult. It was like now, and I always say that he took the chance. Higher risk, but higher reward also. And you know, you are talking about disability person and giving chance to young people. This is what he did. So if you could find, and we have our foundation also, which was one of my first tasks to create. When I came in, it was, we were founding members and a part of the board also. Still now I'm part of that board. And then I think that if we would find foreign investors coming in and taking that chance in different areas, different sectors, because Haiti is a virgin island, virgin. We have so much opportunity, and if someone
and so much people that are able to work, that are willing to work, because all they need
we have a lot of young youth and
they are very intelligent.
Less than 30, we have half of the population is less than 30 years old.
Yes. And they're very educated. Contrary to belief, they are educated.
A lot of people
they go to school because it's a proud thing is to send their kids to school.
Whether it's a trade school or it's university or whatever it is, they need to study something. They will take to get
send
an education
to school. Mostly boys, but they will.
Yeah, they will.
And so empowering girls and boys, especially girls.
Me, it's all about empowering women.
Is very important, and they do so well. There is a big organization that came out not too long ago, right now, that's suffering a lot of loss. But Bunch was giving the guys technical guys that have
to them.
Nowhere to go.
Yes, I work.
We have 2 or 3 apps, so many apps that came from Bunch already came out.
I hope they will make it again. Probably. We don't want to let them, think. We have to help them. And then I think that their fundings,
and
that we are doing for them. Exactly. I know about
he's a young guy, very intelligent. I mean, and he could, with what Makale has, he could have taken what he has, his knowledge, and gone to work for any big companies in the state. But he decided to stay and help all the youth in Haiti, develop, become technicians, and do the ones that they have aptitudes in technology.
And his partner with Christine and team, from the IT Tech Summit. And she's one of the people that I want to interview. And then we became friends.
And Christine is of Haitian descent.
Yes, Haitian descent, and she married the Ghanaian guy. Very, very nice. And then you should look up what she's doing. It's for IT Tech Summit. Yes, I know.
I was one of them.
And actually, you introduced her to me when I was at the regulator.
The first Haiti Tech Summit I participated in.
I remember clearly. So after Digicel, what happened?
Well, after Digicel, I worked.
This is where after Digicel, you still wanted to do the same.
Well, the thing is,
call center is in your heart.
My dream. That's actually my dream. A lot of people are doing little call center jobs. I'm doing it. A lot of people. But I've started working. I started working with an organization I put together. I was part of the people that put together a call center organization where people that want to develop that industry in Haiti. Because right now in the world, if you want to create jobs for youth, and that's the first place you go.
Yeah.
Because call center industry is making, that's what's making that change the thing in DR, in the Dominican Republic, in Jamaica, all over the Caribbean. We are the only island, I mean, apart from Martinique, that speaks French.
Yeah.
Martinique's French is so expensive. But we have the best youth, we have the best opportunity, our money devaluation is a plus.
Yeah.
So all this,
Because
the only
the labor
thing,
is-
the labor is very
really
cheap,
really
the
cheap,
turnover
yeah.
is so low.
Yes, this is what I was talking about.
Yes.
Higher risk, maybe if you come to start.
Exactly.
However, the turnover is so much,
It's
that
better. And then
it's
we
worth the
have,
risk.
usually our youth is bilingual or
Oh,
if not
yes.
trilingual.
Trilingual,
And that's
yeah.
that is something that's different from all the other countries around. Third thing, we are nearshore. Fourth thing, we actually have an accent that's very close compared to the people in the diaspora, Spanish or South America. We're very accent neutral when it comes to either Canadian industry or American people.
And we have to tell the viewers, when we say trilingual, we mean even more than that, because we are very easy with language.
Yeah,
tongues,
Haitians
yes.
have very ability.
We have ability to learn foreign languages.
Very
Because
good.
we are French speaking, that's our two first mother tongues, are French and Creole, but we also speak English very easily, even if we have the accent, and Spanish also.
Yes.
We have a lot
Like I
of people
said, very
very fluent
accent
with
neutral.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Yes.
So all this makes Haiti one of the best destinations for call centers. Now, how do you treat that? You treat that as if you were treating tourism. It's a destination. You set it as a destination. This is what all that you can get in that destination. The only thing that's very expensive in Haiti, that's the electricity.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
But now we can use the
We
sun
are
for
unable-
that,
yes.
because now
Exactly.
solar energy now is very in, and we have plenty.
So the past 5 years, I've been working with those groups and with ITB and all the organizations, with CFI, which is a Center for Facilitation in Haiti, to see if we can develop that industry in Haiti.
But why doesn't it takes off?
Because we need people that decide that that's what they want to do in the government. Because when you go to other countries, and I visited Costa Rica, so many San Jose, so many other countries, Jamaica, Santo Domingo, they have, one of the biggest center for facilitation is the call center for facilitation.
Wow.
So it's a priority for the government. And so and they work into establishing their destination as the top. So what happens is either big companies come and install their company themselves, and you give them all sorts of, incentives to come, or you develop the industry within, or you should do both, and you take local investors, local people, to bring international investors. So what does it take? It doesn't take much for the government. It takes a decision. It takes people that says, okay, the government, let me build a park. I mean, all you need is the park. You build that park and you start training people. You say, okay, let me prepare 2,000 people that are very bad. You prepare them in French. You solidify their French. You solidify their English. You solidify their typing skill. But these people, you take people from all walks of life, accountants, doctors, nurses, people, because call center is not talking on the phone. It's actually data entry. It's doing accounting for firms.
So that's
it's doing
jobs. Haitian, they want to work.
Tagging. There's so many things that you can do
Yeah.
behind in a big center, close, and the youth, they're working. And for cheap labor. Now,
But you have your own company.
I have my own
HR,
company,
yeah.
HR.
I know that.
So I do outsourcing a lot for a lot of companies, and GSL is one of them.
Let me ask you this question, because you know that it's something that here in Haiti and in any other part of the world, when we say that Haiti has a lot of opportunities, this is a big one. But how can you convince the person to come? Because as soon as they hear government or politician, they tell you, I am not going to that. Because there are other countries where it's so much easier to get in. So if I would consider coming into Haiti, maybe what would be your advice for them to come, but maybe, find their way without the government, or if not entirely, but at least 80% would be of their doing would be without the government.
This is what we've been doing for the past 5-6 years. So you have a lot of guys that have their small call centers, that are taking calls for maybe Pizza Hut.
With no help of the government.
No help of the government. And people have their little call centers, they're working. But it's going to take twice as much. Well, it's going to take twice as much time to convince big companies. We need to start with big companies that says, okay, I need a 1,000 people seat call centers, 1,000 seat call centers. Imagine you have a 1,000 seat that rolls 24/7. That's like 3,000 people working.
Yes.
Because
you have to shift.
Or 3, 4. That's a lot of people working. So that's what we need. Right now we have people that have 20 seats, 40 seats, 30 seats. 100 seats, I doubt we don't have that yet.
But they function without the government.
We all function without the government. But the thing is, those big companies have been so spoiled by other countries, so like the DR next door. Why would they go to the DR? Because they have so much incentive. I'll give you, okay, you create 500 jobs, 300 jobs at my place, okay? I'll give you free a place to start working for 3 months, so you can make your experience. All you have to pay is the employees. You don't have to pay electricity, you don't have to pay this, you don't have to pay anything. Tax-free for a year or for 5 years.
That we do have.
No, but they're not offering, for other industries. It never says.
Oh, we don't have it for call centers. Oh, I thought we had that. Maybe to bring the
industries, the thing. Come on, how do you call these again?
Like
the factories and things. That's another kind of sous-traitance. That's another kind of job. So you need that. You need the support. You need the training, because the company that's going to come and invest that much money in your country wants to know. Okay, so you tell me it's easy to find 3-5. I have a company, as a matter of fact, that gave me that signed a contract with me. Says, okay, find me 1,000 people that speak English. I did.
You did. I
did.
Remember.
I went all over. I found 1,000 people that spoke English. So they said, now I need another 1,000. And so what happened, it took me much longer to find another
second round
with that same. So if we had, that's what I talked about, training.
Yes.
So we have people that everybody speaks English to a certain point. But we need to put everybody up to par, same level. Level 4 English, level 4 French. And then we can say we can, because they're telling you, if I open with 1,000, I don't plan to stay with 1,000 for long. In 5-6 months, if everything is going well and I'm getting my money's worth, I want to up to 2,000.
But that's another business also. The training part. This is what you do.
This is what I do.
Yes, this is what you would like to. So it's 2 in 1. Because so you have the call center and you have the training.
You have
and
training,
people for the language. So that would create other jobs.
In direct jobs.
Exactly. Indirect
insurance companies will make more money.
Yes.
You know, whatever.
Schools to learn the language.
So people know now there is a big industry in Haiti that is call center. By the way, one of the things, most of the bilingual calls in the DR are being handled by Haitians.
I know. My son, while he was in college, yes, he worked for one call center. Yes, definitely.
Most of the bilingual calls are being in the DR, or even in Costa Rica. I went to Costa Rica and I went to visit a few call centers. One of the biggest ones, there were so many Haitians working there. I'm like, Jesus, we can have that.
But do you remember when at Digicel, the call center for Martinique and Guadeloupe and French, we had it in Haiti for them. It was cheaper, and then
we had the call centers for Martinique, Guadeloupe, and the other,
the French,
Guyana. We also handled Jamaican calls when Jamaica had overflow. We took overflow for Jamaica. We took overflow for Honduras and for other Spanish-speaking countries, by the way. Did you know that? So we were taking calls for Digicel all over.
Which has at least 30 operations,
exactly.
Around the world.
So whatever,
So whatever, we were ready for that. But what I want also, I don't want people listening to us thinking that there's no hope also, because I have to give them hope. That's one of the goals for this podcast also. But in my mind, since you said that, incentive should be given to someone that wants to come, but I think that this is something that can be lobbied. Also, we can do lobbying for that, even if that person comes. But for the investment part, where we could do a partnership with a Haitian investor also, that would, at least give the place, and then the electricity, take care of the electricity or whatever.
And then business to make money. So,
but it is at the end of the day.
No, when you have to convince them that there is a business case for that. It's not something that's very well known in Haiti right now. So for the people that know.
But you did that.
Yes, we have an association. Yes. We have an association that has big businessmen. I'm not going to say their name, but we have very important people that are part of that association. But that association is not going anywhere because we don't have the support where we need the support.
But me, in my mind, Regine, I'm sorry also, I know that the government has to be involved, but if we don't force them, but we have to force them. I think it's because we do not do it on a much more aggressive and regular basis. Because we are the people, we put them there to do the job. So if you cannot do the job, get off. And we need to be more, proactive, and like the protests now, okay? When they first started, there was like a few people in the streets.
Yeah.
But now, regularly, every day, when you look at thousands and thousands of people.
Policemen, you see teachers.
Yes, you see the doctor, the medical sector, doctor's field, lawyer field, everybody.
Exactly. And I really feel things are going to change.
Yes, they will.
I feel like there is a movement now that's very important that's happening, and it starts with the youth. And because they need to work,
so
they need to find.
We are in the island, so
you
have a lot of little bobs going around. So it's island living.
Just one, just that one.
Here it is.
So I think things are gonna change.
I think it's us that we have to make that happen.
I've been working
and if we pressure, we will do that.
I've been working on this project for a very long time with other people that have been working on this project also, and we've gone a little ways with CFI, because you have CFI, which is very proactive and they're helping, but then again, they don't have the facilitation center. And so we will get there.
But as I told you, we have to do the same with the protest. When we get what we want, we don't stay there, we have to go further. So everything that we need to do that kind of, pressure.
Exactly.
Maybe we don't have to take the streets. Maybe that can be the last thing to do. However, we need to be all of us
I am
together
part of a
and
group
pressure.
that's called VWAPA. And that group is the first group that I found that is they're trying to constitute themselves. They're not constituted. It's very young, but they want to. It's very new. So they want to small and medium enterprises together. They're trying to make their voice heard or seen socio-economically in Haiti. Because you have the big industries that have their own organization. You have the big commerce that have their own organization, La Chambre de Commerce. You have all these big organizations, but you don't hear much about the small and medium enterprise. And they are the ones that are losing their business right now. They are the ones that are losing a lot. They are the ones that are suffering.
They are the ones that are leaving the country.
They are leaving the country. They have to leave the country because they're breaking because we are part of the la population, the peuple. We are part of them. We are part of them. We are not. We almost poor as they are. Now, so something needs to happen. And I don't know what's going to happen, but
whole conversation.
That is a whole other conversation. Which I'm not. I don't have that much. I'm just a businesswoman, but I know.
Yes. So I'm checking my notes there. What challenges that you see as a woman entrepreneur here in Haiti also, and what would be your advice to young women?
Young women is study, make sure you know something and you know it well, and go for it. I mean, don't let yourself be intimidated by by no man, by no other woman, by no government person. You don't have to sleep with your boss. You don't have to do that. You can do it on your own. And don't let yourself go that route. I mean, it's a choice. I came from a family that was not rich. I came from a very middle class family, okay? I could have taken that route. But I was raised by very strong women, so I knew my worth. And so if ever you would try to do that, you would have heard from me. And my mouth would make sure that they hear from. But when you know that you have the education to do a job, make sure that you do it well, and stand on that. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise or make you feel otherwise. Because so, and then there are a lot of, and there is nothing that you can't do. You can be a doctor just like any man. You can be whatever technical person just like anybody, an engineer just like IT engineers.
Fashion design.
Because I see that there are a lot of men doing IT in Haiti.
Yeah.
There are women too, but very few.
So
So this needs to be pushed. And so agriculture, if you want to do that, do it. And be your own boss, okay? Because...
And create.
Yes.
Because find ways for your
Don't ever be afraid. I didn't come from anybody rich. Like I said, my parents were teachers. I mean, both my parents were teachers. My mom was an accountant. So, see, the statistic would have said that I would have gone back to, when I went to the state, I would have stayed. I was supposed to stay there. But I made a choice. I came back.
And how would you go?
I came back because I liked the boys. There was a boy in the story. There was a boy, he came back, and I'm like, I missed him, so I came back. But I came back.
But you stayed.
And
you could have left again. Yes,
and we broke up a couple of months after I came back, but I stayed.
That's a very correct story. Yeah, that's true.
That was a boy in the story. But I came back and I stayed. And I worked, and people don't usually, you're not supposed to say that you're proud of what you did, but I'm happy.
Of course you have to be, because nobody's going to say it for you, except very few people. And this is what we need to hear. But if you don't stand in front of the mirror, and and we say that every day, maybe if you don't do it every day, but very often, you have to, stay back and then think about what you've accomplished.
You need to resort to, you need new air, new oxygen, and people are not going to give it to you. You need to do it. Intake it yourself. Take time to see what you did. And like I said, I'm repeating it again. The time when I'm most proud in my life is when I see my accomplishment with the youth. I love it. It makes me feel happy. I keep young. I think I'm still sometimes their age because I can sit with them and talk about whatever they're talking about. But it's quite interesting. It's a very, what? For the diaspora people that want to come back, if you're going to listen to the news and things like that, you're not going to make it. But if you are ready to feel happy about what you do because you're changing people's lives, then come back. Yeah. Because in all of it in Haiti, whatever you do, you're affecting people, you're changing their lives, you're helping people to grow. You may not be able to give them money, but you're helping them grow and believe in themselves and succeed. That's what
I don't say important. I can't say that we don't need money, but I think that the first things that Haitian needs is education. And when I say education, it's education in every area. Every area. The first thing I would and I want, that's a project of mine also, is to a little thing where I teach young people to be proud to be Haitian again, because we don't have that anymore. Citizens, but like a very modern one, so we can be proud of who we are, because we are from royalty. We come from Africa, the first nation in the world, and we are the first Black Republic, the first free people, and we gave freedom to a lot of countries. Now, we need to hear that and hear it again and again and again, so we can be proud and change the narrative.
I think there was a concerted effort to make sure that no other country would do that, and make sure Haiti was the most impoverished country.
No, they did. They made sure of that,
because they didn't want us to renew ourselves, because
new narrative. Yes.
the youth that we have here, the 12, the 5, 6 million guys that we have here that are under 30, they're a force to be reckoned with.
But there's always a bad side of everything. But I think that for us, it's more the good side with internet, with Google, with all kinds of social media. I think we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there because it's easier now to get information and to even train yourself or do things. Then I think that the youth, this is their thing also, technology. So
Yeah, education department
yes.
should change. Because
Yes.
there's a lot of places in remote areas, they can do education via internet.
Yes,
It's
they
being
can have
done
like
very-
centers, everywhere.
It's being done in a lot of places.
Communities doing that together, like we did for the schools and the foundation.
Yes.
We didn't wait for the government. This is what I was saying. We needed to give these people schools. We did, and we didn't need the government. They came after when they saw the work we did.
Yes, I
They
know
came
that.
after.
Yes, I
Remember?
know that.
So this is what I'm saying. We don't have to wait for them. We do, and then they will come around.
Which is what's happening now in the call center industry in Haiti. A lot of people are doing
Yes.
a lot of people,
Yes.
a lot of entities that are working, but it's just not.
Enough.
This is something that could
Yes.
happen. I could say, okay, like, give us a year if we have the support to build those training schools, to get people ready. Give us a year, whatever. And then one of the things I forgot, even with all those protests and things that are happening in the street, you know that when I managed a call center, 800 people call center, we never closed one day. We never closed one day. We worked 24/7.
Remember, we had that team.
SWAT
It was
team.
like a SWAT team. Yes, did you say we had a
Those
SWAT
guys
team?
were so happy.
Yes, because they
They
used
would
to
take
leave.
their bags,
Yes.
their little backpack,
Yeah.
put their toothbrush,
Yes. Some
towel,
soap, towels,
some soap, and they would
underwear.
come to work
Yes, I
and stay
remember.
there for days at work.
When we had protests.
When we had
yes.
protests, and no problem. We never closed one day.
Yeah.
And so what if a company is afraid that, oh my God, with all the protests that are happening all the time in Haiti,
Yeah, we are prepared.
some places never close one day.
Yeah,
And then people are going to come to work because they're afraid to lose their job. They are so proud of working for you. They'll come. Believe me, they'll find a way to come.
Yes, we always
And that's
do
what's so good.
about Haitian.
I
We
was
always find a way.
amazed at
Yeah.
their dedication. Huh?
And I think that the last thing I want you to tell our viewers, it's like what would be the changes that you would want to see now for Haiti? Not because of the protest, but in general to go forward. If someone is listening and would like to maybe come or help or would be interested in, as a woman, as a citizen, what would you like? Because the podcast is called Her Life, Her Haiti. So in my mind, our lives as women in Haiti, but also what are our dreams for this country, not only our personal ones, but for Haiti.
Well, as you know, my dream is call center and work in Haiti, and so what I want is to be able to create jobs for the youth and maybe empower them for the continuation of better generations, because Haiti can be a beautiful, very successful country. They don't ask a lot.
Yeah.
They just need to work and feel decent and be able to eat.
And
Whether
yes.
it's agriculture, whether it's tourism, whether it's youth,
Technology, yes,
technology. We have so much that we can do. And so we just need that chance. So anybody in the diaspora, I came back, a lot of people came back. It's not easy, we cannot lie to you. It's a beautiful country. It's a lot of people that want to do something, that want to work, that's all they're asking. So the diaspora,
I would love for them to come back. Of course,
come back. It's not
the-
easy, but
we can make it. But
We can
the
make
issue also I see, because I talk to them when I go to the States, because my mom lived in the States for almost all her life, is that the old ones, they're like, no, don't come back. We left because it wasn't good. But all the young generation, they are like, drawn to Haiti. Because it's in their blood.
Yeah.
So I think that if they would find something to do here, which there is, of course, but they need the encouragement. they will
And I
come.
strongly believe that the change that Haiti is going to go through is going to come
Diaspora,
from the
yes,
diaspora.
they have to be part of
they
that.
Have to be,
They
they
have
are
to
the
be.
ones that are
Yes.
instigating in
Me
Haiti.
too.
I
think so.
That's what I think.
The only thing that I always say when I talk to my fellow diaspora friends also is that they complain a lot, like us. Like, you know, the country is not good. We always have to send money. And I always tell them that there's two ways I see. You have to, the same that I was saying here for Haiti, put yourself together. Don't do just little associations. You know, like form a government, let's say, with people, have your proposal for the country.
Exactly.
Put yourself together. If you push, your voice will be heard. And me, I'm always telling them that don't send money to Haiti for like a week, and they will see your word.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee that if diaspora would stop, the diaspora would stop sending money all together for, let's say, 1-2 weeks,
You could
regime.
see.
Yes. You know, people
So they need to organize
yes, they would
themselves.
understand that their importance, the power they have, and then their voice would be heard. But they have to be part of the new narrative. They have to be part of the change.
Exactly.
So I think that's it. We've talked a lot. We didn't see time pass. It was a very interesting conversation. And I hope that the viewers got something out of it. So I think that's the end. I was so glad to have you with me. And yes. And then maybe you can come back after a while and see what were the changes that we made along the way. And then I hope that you've learned some things about women in Haiti, entrepreneurs in Haiti, and about us also, Haitians, and that you will visit the podcast every time that I post, and then you'll probably find all the details on the description box down below. And then please subscribe to support the channel, and we have many more to come, I hope, and seeing women living in Haiti, doing business in Haiti, empowering women and young girls and young women also, and to see how we can move forward and have that Haiti that we knew that existed and still exists, and go forward and push forward to have a better country, a beautiful country. Bye guys.
Bye.
See you soon.